Hi, I'm Ellen Horan, President and CEO of the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm here for this week's Member Spotlight with Tracy Schott with Schott Productions.
Hi,
Welcome,
Ellen.
Tracy.
Hi, Ellen. Thank you for having me.
Now, you have a video production company. Why don't you explain to the members the range of what you do?
So in this market, you know, we have a pretty broad base of services. I am a producer, a director, a writer, wear many hats, but I work with really talented freelancers to help me put together a production that makes sense for my clients. So sometimes that's a small production, and it's a two-person crew, and sometimes it's a larger production, and it's 8-10 people.
Right.
And of course, you know, you've seen a lot of that in action because we've worked with you for the last several years. It's a really, you know, we do television commercials, we do corporate informational videos, we do a lot of work with nonprofits. My previous world, I was a social worker, so I connect really well with the nonprofit world, and I really enjoy those jobs.
Yeah, good. Well, Tracy, the members may not really be aware because you're behind the scenes when we have our annual dinner, but you do the production for our dinner. Not just the videos that we show for the entertainment and highlighting the winners, but also calling the show and making it so seamless.
Yeah, that's a really, that can be kind of a scary piece for me, you know, because it's like live theater, but
absolutely.
I like theater,
yeah.
You know, and it's live theater is really fun. And those jobs are very complex and interesting because, you know, I get to know all of your award winners and their businesses in order to write their you know, their pieces and have that make sense for the membership. So yeah, it's a pretty fun job.
Good. Well, we appreciate you always do a really good job. So you're a one-stop shop from idea to design to shooting to editing, and in our case also then helping us with the rollout.
Right. That's right. And I really like all of those pieces of it. It's very fun to start with an idea and then see it all come together and edit, and then it's really gratifying to see an audience appreciate it and watch the work actually do what it was supposed to do.
Right. Now, you also were working on a project over the last couple of years. You created a documentary, Finding Jen's Voice. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So, in case you've been living under a rock in Berks County, I just completed a film called Finding Jen's Voice that's about intimate partner homicide. And the film was in production for 4 years. It was completed early last summer was when we finally wrapped it, and I stopped fiddling with it. And we are now in distribution with an organization called Gather Films, who does theatrical on demand, which means that any place in the country somebody can request the film, and Gather will tell them we can put it in this theater on this night, and if you pre-sell a minimum number of tickets, the show will go on. So that's one of the methods of distribution. I'm also looking at educational distribution and doing community screenings. I've also because of my background as a social worker and the subject matter, I'm also doing presentations of the film myself, and kind of educational presentations as well.
That makes sense.
So taking the show on the road.
Yeah. You know, that was one thing in reading about the project that I was shocked to read. The #1 cause of death in pregnancy.
It's homicide. Yeah,
crazy.
It's crazy, and when the project first came to me, I wasn't so sure I wanted to do a documentary film. When I heard the words documentary film, I also heard you're going to be fundraising, grant writing, and working for free for the next 5 years, which is exactly what happened. But when I read that statistic, which I found really by accident, a simple Google search, these studies came up, I was shocked, and I was also dismayed that our media wasn't telling that story, and that most of the time that the media covers domestic violence, they cover it in a way that is really unhelpful and not educational, and doesn't do much to prevent the problem. And it also really re-victimizes victims and families.
Right. Well, you've told an important story, so thank you for doing that. All right, let's go back to your business hat. As a business owner, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face?
So I'm doing production in Berks County. This is a hard market for broadcast because we are actually part of the Philly market, which has a very high price tag. This community is not really willing or able to pay for advertising on Philly networks. So there's an expectation that everything should be a lot cheaper than it really is. It's a big education for my clients to understand where the money is spent. I mean, it's not the same as putting lights up and shooting off your phone. It's the camera equipment is very expensive, the crew is very expensive, and it's time and materials. So I do a different level of production. It's a little bit higher than maybe what a lot of people in this market expect, but it's the level that I feel comfortable providing and my clients expect. So.
Okay, so you're providing a big city service in a small town.
Yeah, and that's always a challenge.
Yeah, it is.
But it's also, I also work with my clients. So what I'll say to people is, tell me what your budget is, and let's adjust your expectations to what is the right thing to do with your budget. And really, if you only have $500, maybe you don't want a television commercial.
Right, right.
Maybe that's not good for your brand,
right.
So it's really trying to educate people to understand how to make the medium work for them.
Okay, good. Do you have any tips for other small business owners out there that are?
Network. And and that's a great thing that the Chamber offers is lots of opportunities to do that.
Right.
My website is okay, it's pretty good, but that's not where my jobs come from. My jobs come from word of mouth. They come from somebody saying, you need to talk to this person. Oh, right. You want to do a video? Oh, you need to talk to Tracy Schott.
Right.
And pretty much every job I think I've ever had in-house has come from word of mouth, and that's through networking and knowing people.
Another thing I think you're very good about, Tracy, is being engaged and involved in the community.
Well, it's really important to me. And we were talking about the Reading Film Festival, which I directed last year, and that was a great community event, and it was really fun to be to help Reading strut its stuff a little bit and shine up and feel pretty good about who we are as a community, because I frequently say that Reading's biggest downfall is its negative self-attitude.
Yeah.
And that the film festival really was out there highlighting what's great about Reading to the community. So that was really fun. I worked with Santo Marabella from the film office on that, as well as Sue Lang, who's a Dynamite writer and producer herself. So we had a lot of fun. We worked really, really hard.
Yeah.
And we hope to do it again next year with some more community support. We are looking for sponsors.
Very good. All right, Tracy. Well, thank you very much for being engaged and involved with the Chamber,
Sure,
and
thank
also
you.
for all that you do for the community.
Thanks so much.